This is the presentation on the evolution of music business pyramid. The roles that a person can have inside the music business pyramid are described as follows. General audience is the majority, people which just consume music and perhaps share their love for music inside a close circle of friends and relatives. Amateur music promoters and active fans are those music lovers that use their free time to spread the news and infect the others with their passion for their favorite artist's music. Professional music promoters and DJs and reproductive performers and arrangers use their talents, skills, instruments and other technical tools to reproduce the music that they hear and dig, combine it to create new forms and present it to general audience. Band members, producers and creative performers and arrangers use similar assets as members of the previous group, but instead of merely reproducing and copying, they create new music which is unique and identifiable as their own. As such, their performance cannot be replaced within a specified musical context. Authors and composers are the originators of songs. By a song, I mean a bulk of melodical, harmonical, rhythmical and lyrical structures and their interrelations that we recognize as a certain song even in an uncommon musical arrangement and performance. Authors and composers have a right to share a part of their revenues for whatever reason, hence the appearance of rights co-owners which did not participate in the creation, but by choice of the originators participate in the ownership. Keep in mind that what we've just described are just roles which a person can have, and not vocations or professions. We can all have more than one role at the same time. As a music professional, I can say that I was at least a couple of times in each and all of these shoes. Let's continue with describing traditional music 1.0 music biz in those terms. On we go with the slide number 2, Music Business 1.0 Pyramid. So, on the bottom, the foundation was always general audience, the vast majority of music consumers. They crossfade with the next level of roles, that of amateur music promoters and active fans. Note the line that strictly divides them from the others. There is no crossfade here. Either you are a part of the industry or you are merely a consumer. I called it the professionalism border. Under that line, no money can be earned from being engaged in music. You're just a music lover. One level above, we enter the pro world, with reproductive performers and arrangers, and professional music promoters and DJs, which get a one-time payout for what they do, called gigs. And that's it. For example, I need a typical funk guitar riff. I call my man and he plays it for me, and I give him some money and I can do whatever I want with it. I could have also taken a loop from a library, of course, and also pay for it just once. As for promoters and DJs, they do a gig and get paid for it, and that's it. If we go up, we see that a line is dotted, which means that the border is not so strict here, it is more like a crossfade. Some musicians were always that good that you really wanted them in your song, and then it made sense to give them a cut in the song ownership, as if they co-wrote it. It is the same with arrangements, productions and band playing. If someone can perform in a unique and irreplaceable way, it makes sense to make him a part owner of the song, even if he or she did not actually take part in composing the song or writing its lyrics. At this level, we begin to talk about revenue sharing. So it's no more a one-time payout, but a participation in revenues coming from song usage. The percentage, of course, grows as we go up towards songwriters and rights co-owners. And so, on the top level, we have composers of music and authors of lyrics, and their representatives which partake in ownership. Take note that all of the lines above the professionalism border are dotted, which means anyone can be in various roles at the same time inside the pyramid, but either you're a pro or you're an amateur. And then came the internet and Web 2.0. And so now we have the Music Business 2.0 pyramid, which is basically the same as the one before, except for a single difference. There are no firm lines inside the pyramid. They're all dotted. So 2.0 is still not the big revolution in music business, since the professionalism border is still valid. Either you're a pro or you're not. But now you can participate in the activities of higher level roles as if you were a pro. You would just not get paid for that like a pro. On the other hand, because openness works both ways, you can now bypass the border and have free access to the fruit of the above level gardens for free. The main characteristic of this pyramid is that there is no money. The professionalism border that once existed and allowed for the creation of artificial scarcity of new music is now gone forever, and everyone can see that there is more to the music than what was being presented through record labels' commercial editions. Only a tiny fraction of songs recorded in the last 50 years were ever released, because someone thought the others will not make any money. With the dismantling of the professionalism border, general audience has now a direct and unfiltered access to all of the music. Also, they can now be actively engaged in marketing, promotion and even creation of music without signing a record deal or quitting their daytime jobs. Because of all of that, labels are no longer able to pump up the value of a certain artist in an artificial way. The audience can see through them by means of blogging, social networking and peer-to-peer sharing. It is a bit like Dorothy seeing the truth behind the magic, or like a kid saying that the emperor is naked. The magic is gone, and with it all of the revenues that did not come from the music that is really worth the money. So what now? Where do we go from here? Welcome to the music business 2.0 towards 3.0 pyramid. We can see that on this pyramid the revenue share is finally a logical consequence of the engagement level. So, from bottom up, if you're engaged, you earn a fraction of the money that is generated in the process. Everyone is a pro, or at least can be one. And that move means integration of ERP backends with social networks. What is ERP? ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. Say you make Mercedes cars and use top 3D modeling software. Wouldn't it be nice to know how much would a modeled car actually cost when you look at its fresh 3D renders? That is what ERP stands for, integration of the production and financial processes. And we need that in the multimedia world, integrated inside the social networks. We're constantly witnessing the descent of cutting-edge pro technologies to our everyday common perspectives. What is today a privilege of few, tomorrow becomes a necessity. Just keep in mind that the internet itself started as a high-tech, secret military network. So now, we need big business ERP backends to descend to the world of multimedia and social networks, and so enable laymen to start earning their money back. Fraction of cent by fraction of cent, their account will clearly follow their level and quality of engagement inside the music business. People will start paying real money only when they'll know that they can get some back if they actively engage in the promotion of what they paid for. There is no return to the old pre-internet world, and the new one that's in front of our noses won't function until we truly make everyone a pro.